This is the PDF file that you get when you purchase our complete all-in-one social media planner. So this is a PDF file. You click on the link that's provided and it will redirect you to the spreadsheet. Now the spreadsheet comes with a detailed YouTube tutorial video that you're currently watching, along with several tabs to help you be on top of your social media game. This file is currently in view only mode, so the first thing you have to do is go to file and make a copy of this so that it's private and accessible only to you. You can rename it however you want. So for this video's purpose, I've created a demo sheet just to walk you through all the features and functions. So the first tab that you'll see apart from the instructions is the setup tab. So this is where you'll enter all your personal details. There's also a handy little menu provided on the left side. So this is there for easy navigation. You can just click on it, click on whatever sheet you want to go to. This easy navigation is provided in every sheet, so you can go back and forth quickly and easily. Now, if you want to hide it, just click on the minus sign as shown on the screen. You'll get a pop-up, but you can ignore it only for this. What this means is that you're making changes where you're not supposed to, because it might hamper the inbuilt formulas. But in this case, you can ignore and just hide it or unhide it if you want to. Now this is where you'll enter all your details. Double click to enter your start date, your platform links, whatever platforms you want to use, you operate under, that's what you can provide here. Now your format basically means all your content formats that you are planning on making. So you can add in however many that you want. The pillars are your mission and vision of the content. For example, what all you want to convey through your content. So it could be, and what are you planning. So just for reference purposes, I've added here. Now, wherever you see this blackened corner, it means that there are notes. So you can hover your cursor and just see the note mentioned. These are the statuses. You can add in and customize your statuses as and when you want. For example, ideation, completed, not completed, whatever. So we've provided you with a ready list of statuses. Feel free to update or customize when you want, as I am doing on screen. Next is the person in charge. So this is where all the team members, if you're the only person, then just write your name here. If you have a small team, just write the names of the team members here. For the hashtag category, you can put in your broad category heads for the content that you're planning. For example, if it's a fitness page, you can have your fitness, health, motivation, wellness, whatever hashtag categories you want. Now we've also given you a set goal list. You can of course add to it. Next is the brand identity. Now this is where you will enter in your values, how you want to conceptualize your brand, or if it already exists, how it looks. If you want to insert an image, you can do it like this for your brand logo. You can do Google image, upload, whatever you want. You can write a small description of how you see your brand as. This is your color palette. So you can add in the color codes. If you have any specific color codes, just go to custom color selection as shown and just type in the code. You can also randomly or manually select the colors, and it will update your color palette for you. So these 6 primary colors, as in when you update, could be your color palette. Now next is how you want the aesthetic of the brand. You can put in all the details, as less or as much as you want, the different font types you want to maintain. So the advantage of filling this sheet is it will give you clarity and consistency for your brand. So all your posts will be more focused. So your tagline, whatever you want to believe in, like I'd mentioned, mission and vision. Now the brand personality is interesting. So all your platforms, there'll be a drop down menu. You can select the platform that you are planning on using, along with the message or the tone of the platform. It could be different for different platforms, it could be same for all platforms. You can also have your target audience, whatever you want to put here. Next is your pillars. Here you can elaborate a little more on the pillars that you had identified in the setup tab. So your headers of the pillars will be auto populated from the setup tab, as you can see. So whatever pillars that you had written down, those will be the pillars in the brand identity tab, and then you can just add in a small description for your reference. Next is the goal sheet. Now this is where you'll enter in all the individual goals of your platforms. So as you can see, there's a drop down menu of all the goals in platforms. So you can select individual platform with a specific goal in mind, just to see the goal chart on top. And in these tables you can put in whatever goals that you want. For example, let's say for Facebook, you have a certain target in mind for when you start, in 1 month, 3 months, whatever. So as you can see, for all the social media platforms, you can just simply enter in the goals, and your performance will be compared to these goals in the later sheets. Dashboard, monthly calendar, weekly calendar we'll come to later. Now this brain dump sheet is where you get to write all your ideas that you have. Whatever reel, post, whatever content ideas that you have for whichever pillar, you can simply just have a broad list of, let's say, 50, 100, 200, however many ideas that you have, just put it here. Next we move on to the content plan. Now we've kept some of the columns for the content plan and brain dump same, so that you can simply copy paste your final ideas from there for easier filling. As you can see, from title till idea, all the values, all the column values are the same. So simply copy it and paste it in your content without worrying about any formatting issues. So once you've shortlisted your ideas from the brain dump, you can simply put in all the other details as shown on the screen: your release date, your time, your status of the said content, any caption, your CTA, your hashtag group. Now hashtag idea is something that will be generated automatically. We'll come to it later. So these 3 columns, we'll come to it later. You can insert an image for your content, whether it's something that you've created, you want to take it from Google, you can do it by going to insert and insert image and cell. You can choose whether you want to show it on feed and on which platform you're planning on posting. Just select whichever one applies. Now this is where you can track your content. For example, if it's in planning stage, draft stage, if it's been posted, if you're tracking it currently, just again select whatever applies to you. So this is your content plan. Next we move on to the task tracker. So this sheet will take care of all your to-do lists so that you don't miss out on anything. So as you can see, so the top section will be auto-populated. You don't have to do anything. You just have to fill in the table with all the tasks that you have to finish for your social media. So for example, you have to buy new equipment, you have to set up campaigns, you have to, whatever you have planned, just name it, add a description. The status and priority and person in charge have drop down menus. Put in your start date and due date and your progress, and the days left will be automatically calculated. If you have completed a task, just check it, and as you can see, the above section gets updated automatically. If you want to highlight a certain task, you can highlight by selecting whatever task you want to highlight. Now if you want to format the date, just go to format, number, and select whatever format you want. So this will format the date in whatever way you want it to be shown. Next is the 30-day content sheet. Now this is where you can see whatever you've planned for the month. So you don't have to do anything in this sheet. Everything gets auto-populated based on whatever you had input in the content plan sheet, as you can see. So whatever you've put here, along with title, your date, your time, all the other details, all of it gets reflected in a nice easy viewing. So there's a feed view that lets you see how your feed will look, your calendar along with legend, if you've posted anything, if anything's due, along with all the platforms this post will be shown in. So everything is shown in the 30-day content plan, so you don't have to make any changes here. Next is another convenient viewing sheet called the feed preview. Now this sheet is made to show how your feed will look. All you have to do is select if you want to see your future content and deselect if you don't want to see it, and this will show you how your feed will look. So you don't have to do anything here. This will take all the content from your content plan. Next is the hashtag vault. Now this is a great sheet to create a master directory of all the hashtags that you want to use for all your pillars. So as you can see here, so whatever hashtags you're planning on using or that you want to use for future purposes, you just want to store them, just add it in this master directory. Be sure to specify the pillar, as it will help to sort of generate all the hashtags in the content sheet that we'll see just now. So you can add in whatever notes you want, but mostly you just have to fill the first 3 columns. So once you've done that, once you've created your master directory of all the hashtags, you can go to the content plan and you'll see that your hashtag, once you've selected the group, your hashtag ideas will be automatically populated from the vault sheet. Now, as you can see here, so whatever hashtags you selected for, let's say, the fitness category, all the hashtags will be generated in the idea section. Now, if you want to finalize hashtags, or let's say if you don't want to have all the hashtags in your post, what you can simply do is just copy the values from the hashtag idea as shown on the screen, and paste them as values only. Then you can double click and delete whatever hashtag you don't want. So if you don't want the first one, just do that, and you can see in the copy paste section it automatically generates your caption, your CTA, your hashtags. So when you're posting, you just have to copy paste this, so it makes your job much easier. Next is the monthly calendar. Now this also is auto populated. You can switch between content and task to get a monthly overview of all the things that you have to do, all the things that are pending, that are delayed, that have been done. So this is a nice calendar view of everything that you either have planned in the form of content or the tasks that you have to do. So as you can see, whatever you've planned, whatever, there's a legend there so that you don't get confused between all the color coding, along with monthly progress charts. Now in this sheet you can see up to 7 tasks. If you want a more detailed view, you can check your weekly calendar. Now here, for your content, you can have as detailed content list as you've planned. You can also modify to see if you only want to see the planned one, or if you do not want to see the review or the completed tasks, you can do so, and this will show you your weekly calendar in terms of content or task. Next we go to the collab section. Now this will help you keep all your collaborations sorted and organized. So for example, if you have a certain list of influencers that you want to reach out, the typical way to do it is leave some thoughtful comments, across their social media platforms. Maybe you've left 2-3 comments, and then you send a message, and then you reach out. So whatever stage you're at, so that you don't get confused, we have listed it here. You can enter in the username of that said influencer along with any details. Now in this section, what you have to do is, let's say you have a certain Instagram profile of a influencer, just copy the posts, followers, following, like the data, and just paste it here, and some basic analysis will be done for you. As you can see here, you'll get a separate column of followers, of videos posted, along with follower to video ratio. You can also input in more categories that you want, along with the link of the influencer. So this is a good sheet to have all your planned and future collaborations organized in one place. Next is your finances. So in this sheet, you will get a view of where your money is going, what is incoming, what is outflowing. So you can choose your start year and start date, and all these graphs will be auto-populated. You don't have to do much. If you scroll down below, you'll see income category and expense category section. Now here you'll input in all the subcategories or all the income headers that you expect or that you currently have. So along with the expected money that you're supposed to receive, the rest of the columns will be automatically populated for you. Same with the expense categories, just list down all your expenditure heads and the rest along with the budget amount. And then we scroll below to see the transaction sheets for both income and expenses. So here, as in when you receive money or your money gets spent, you can input in the amount, the date, and the subcategory that you had created above. So you'll see that all your graphs and all your tables automatically get populated by filling out these 4 tables. You can do the same for the expense tracker. Once you've done that, you can see that all your information on top gets updated automatically. So where your money is going, your monthly income and expenses, your ROI, everything that you need to know, all of it gets calculated for you. Next is the platform analytics. Now this is where you can see how your performance is by individual platform. For example, your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. So basis the goals that you selected for individual platforms in the goal sheet, your platform analytics will be updated accordingly. So as you can see here, we had initially chosen just likes and sales. Now we have selected follows as well. We've added some numbers that we want to see. Now if you go back to your performance analytics sheet, you'll see that follows has been updated. So here, compared to your goal, you can just input in the actual numbers that you had for your specific goal, and you'll see that all the graphs get updated automatically on top. Now this sheet is very useful as it will give you an overview of all your social media platforms along with individual goals. You can also filter in basis your platform and your goal. As you see here, let's say you want to see likes, so it'll give you all the details. So this is a very convenient sheet to see how your performance is across platforms. The last sheet is the content analytics sheet. Now here also in the top section you don't have to do anything. This will be auto calculated. In this section, the areas that are highlighted don't require any input. Only the white cells will require input. So there's a legend given on top for convenience sake. But if it's marked red, it means that it's delayed. But once you enter in your likes and views, the cell will automatically readjust. So as you can see here, this is where you can just enter in the actual values, and the graphs on top will be updated accordingly. You can do it for all your content. If you scroll to the right, you'll see that there's a content analytics filter. So this means that you can now check platform performance for every single like or view. So for example, you want to see Facebook, just the likes or the views in ascending or descending order. So your table will be populated based on the filters that you apply here. So this is your content analytics. Next, we go to the dashboard. Now this section is where you'll see everything in one go. So your upcoming posts, your post plan for today, your feed preview. So if you try to change anything, it'll show you like that, but you can change the format of the date if you want to. So whatever you've planned, your tasks to do, anything pending, who is responsible, your distribution, your financial summary of your income and expenses, your content analytics, your top performing content, how your platforms are doing growth wise. So everything is available in this one dashboard and is dependent on whatever you filled in the other sheets. So this is your all-in-one complete social media planner. We know that sometimes social media can be a little overwhelming, so this entire spreadsheet has been designed keeping that in mind, so that you can organize your thoughts, you can be focused whenever you post, and you can achieve all the goals that you have wanted to do. You can start your own brand, you can become an influencer, you can do whatever you want with this sheet.